Hello there. Today's story is of a man named Samuel Lewis Luff. Who was he? Well, Samuel was my grandfather. Right then, let's find out about him. He was born in London. He worked as a telegraphist. This means using Morse code in order to communicate by landline or radio. At the age of 18, he was dating a young lady named Dora Perry. She lived in Offord Cluny, a close by village. He enlisted into the army on the 15th of May 1915 and given a service number of 307690. Serving with two different regiments, the first was the Hunts Cyclist, that's a UK based, and later with the 8th Royal Warwickshire, overseas. In France, he was moved up to the front line, and after being there for 30 days, he received a gunshot wound to his upper right arm. This was in August 1916. Samuel was removed from the front line and sent to a hospital at Wimereux on the west coast of France. In this photo, you can see Samuel sitting in the front row, far left. Back home, his father, Thomas Luff, received a standard no-nonsense letter from the army just stating his son had been wounded in action and has been sent to a hospital. Dora received a military postcard sent from Samuel. Again, only the basic information could be stated. He spent his last army days recovering. In total, Samuel served 2 years and 30 days, and 30 of those were at the front line. He was discharged on the 12th of June 1917, defined as no longer physically fit for war service. Samuel's father, Thomas Luff, that's my great-grandfather. He was Bugden's blacksmith. You can see him here in this old photo. As the army passed through, sometimes they would stop and use his services to repair damaged horseshoes, etc. The building is still there today and goes under the name of Nails at the Forge. Here is a photo of myself at the same location in 2019. After passing through Bugden, the army would pass across the St Neots Common on the way to the Market Square before demarcation to France. In 1920, Dora and Samuel got married. Samuel's next employment was with the railway. He was posted to a signal box at Fryston, a village 7 miles north of Grantham, that's in Lincolnshire. After a few years, the Luff family grew. First a boy named Lewis, then a girl followed on named Annie. Dr. Richard Beeching, chairman of the British Railways. What is he to the story? Well, it was his reshaping of the British Railways project that cut off Fryston branch line. This brought Samuel back to his roots as he was relocated to the signal box at Great Paxton. This view shows Great Paxton as it is now, and if we go back in time, we can see where the signal box was in the 1940s. As we zoom in, we can see Skew Bridge, with the road going right towards St Neots. Here I am, pointing to number 1 London Lane. This is where the Luff family were now living. This photo was taken in 1930 and shows another family member. On the 11th of July, Doreen Mary was born. This was later to be my mother. To complete the Luff family, another daughter arrived on the 21st of July 1932. Her name, Catherine. Yet another house move, this time up the lane to number 42. Here we see Samuel and his family. The back row from left is Annie, Samuel, Dora and Lewis. Front row from the left again is Doreen and Catherine. This photo shows us number 42. It's on the right hand side. This is my drawing showing my grandparents standing where they would have been when this photo was actually taken of them. The outbuilding was divided into 2 parts. One, an outside toilet, the other was used as a coal bunker and workshop. I'm not too sure what happened next, whether the Great Paxton signal box was just shut down or whether Samuel just found the physical side of it too much because of his war wound. Anyway, he moved on. His next job was at Samuel Jones. That was a paper factory in Little Paxton. He was a member of the welfare department and worked there until his retirement. Here we see him inside his village pub, the Bell. This photo shows us number 42 as it looked in 2018, and also where Dora and Samuel stood in the 1960s in their garden. Sadly, on March the 24th, 1973, Dora passed away after an illness. Samuel then moved to flat number 14 at Brookside. This allowed his daughter, Annie, to keep watch over him, as she lived at number 29 Brookside. He spent his last days here, passing away on the 23rd of June 1975 at the age of 77 years. That's the same as Dora's passing. Amazing. This flashback photo takes us back to Samuel's birthplace of Bugden. In this photo are, from the left, unknown, Samuel, unknown, Dora, and Thomas, Samuel's father. Here we see Dora and Samuel's children, all grown up. Left to right are Lewis, Annie, Doreen and Catherine. And again, this photo was taken in 1976, showing from the left Doreen, Lewis, Catherine and Annie. So, this is how number 42 London Lane looked during Samuel's time, and this is how it looks now, minus the two outbuildings, that is. Right, now we go back to number 29 Brookside. This is my cousin, Paul Richards, Annie's son, and his collection of family war memorabilia. Note Samuel's photo is the large one in the centre. First we see Samuel's regiment badge, Royal Warwickshire. Then two medals that were awarded to Samuel. First was a war medal, then a victory medal. We now move location to the pub at Great Paxton. Right, let's go inside. This is me pointing at photos of Samuel in his army days. These photos were on display in 2014. Well, the influence of railways has passed down to me. Here I am, dressed as a station master with my Gauge 1 model railway. Notice I have added a figure to represent Samuel, as if he was walking down the steps of his signal box. Well, that's the story of Samuel Lewis Luff, my grandfather. I do hope you enjoyed this video and look out for more stories in the future. Toodaloo!